I hear they asking what time is it? Well, it's game time. I ain't shooting no shots, I'ma bang mine. Talking about 3 deep on the baseline. Everybody just be looking at the hang time. Off the hook, bro, I'm the Sandman. Up the bat, you can really hear the fans chant. Watch the pitch, about to split like Van Damme. Ain't for the fence, cause I'm going for the grand slam. I can't settle for less, cause people owe me. I gotta put on my best, I learned from Kobe. Santos hit my line like Brody. Me and Isaiah really about to make a show. The topic is gonna be potent. Everybody be zoning, thinking about the trophy.
Nah, shit. We in the building. We in the building, man. You know, Zay Rich, Marco, Santos. You want to introduce yourself?
Him or me?
You.
I'm David.
That's Wanda Day said hi.
He ain't got no sense.
You know we got a special guest in the building, man. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
It's famous.
Scuzz, much more. Jersey, much more entertainment. We here, we in the zone.
Yeah, I know.
If y'all don't know, he did do our intro for us. We definitely appreciate that.
Not a problem.
I'm gonna let this Dave's man, so this will be a special one for him. We want.
It's famous.
So I know he excited to have him here.
It's about to be a lot of jokes. About to be a lot of jokes.
It's always bullshit.
You gonna give us a quick 16, right?
Right now?
Right now.
Right now.
Right
After
now.
Rick, I mean, why we?
I would be.
Alright, I got you. Real quick. It's crazy. I had writer's block since like this quarantine happened. Honestly, it took away from my.
Bro, I thought that was part of the bar.
I'll be talking on shit like that.
That's how you feel?
I said, you see, I'm something like an icon. A mix of Voltron and a pipe bomb. I write songs and I pipe moms. Jake the Snake, you just waiting for the python. I'm not the nigga that get hype on. Cause the shit that I'ma do ain't something you putting ice on. We shining like they put the lights on. It's revenge, so bygones can never be bygones. I think about you when I buy guns. Anticipating on which one of you niggas to put the snipe on. I told Dash I'm the right one. And they gon' crash land. Thinking I'm a nigga that can fly on. Hold up, is the mic on? People really asking why I'm doing this. Most of these niggas ain't pussy no more. Shit get deeper than that, man. You be looking like a uterus. I swear that I be on the coolest shit. And my bitch so fly. People think that she a stewardess. She be moving and she got the water. I be going noodles. Boy, just hot. Swear to God, I ain't super shit. I'm tired of the proving shit. But as MC with a hammer dog, I be too legit. Disturbing the peace going ludicrous. We can't talk a fame lucrative. You wasn't with me through the cruelest shit. The Jack Max with the tuna fish. The bag of chips with the soup in it. When niggas put me on a crucifix. Now I got me and my niggas in the building. She be looking like we moving in. Come on, boss.
Damn, tuna fish.
Come on, boss.
All right. That's a cook-up session. Bro.
The last 5 minutes, just let you go. Just go. The last 5 minutes, just let you go. I mean,
last time we had a guest, you know, I knew him, but I don't know you, so I'm definitely gonna ask for a little backstory. I know
that's gonna be a couple. It's gonna be a couple stories.
I'm going. None of your wild.
Wow,
Santos.
We just chilling.
Give me trouble up there.
We just chilling. I think.
No chill.
But just a little backstory. You feel me? I know y'all. Where did you grow up at? What made you start getting into music and shit? We'll get into the details. We'll got the details later. It's episode 4 too. Wait, my bad. I'm a little late. I know we counting them shit. My bad. I gotta make sure y'all know we still counting. My bad, bro.
Well, what got me into making music?
Yeah, just like
rapping. To keep it a stack, that got me into rapping was Smack DVD. The first battle I watched was J Mills versus Cyrus Castro. I think that was the first battle on Smack. Not versus Moor, versus Castro.
I think the Party Artie
might have won. No. Party Artie was like the third one. The first one on Smack was J Mills versus Cyrus Castro outside of Diddy's studio. And I remember I was into it so much I wrote down all the bars and I used them in school. I was in like 6th grade. So I used them in school and I was using them for years.
I think it was on Smack DVD, like get away with that.
And I was ripping this shit. I had the flow, I had all of that shit. I was ripping this shit. Like even when you would watch them rap it, you'd be like, nah, I'd rather this nigga rap it. You feel me? And one day I got exposed, like a nigga printed out all the bars and everything, and he like, he's stealing this. And by then I was already in like a little group, and they was like, nigga, they was like, yo. They was like, yo, listen. They was like, listen, you go home, you write some real bars, you come back, you spit. You feel me? If it's ass, you can't come back over here. But I was hot. First 16, I was hot. But I really ain't start making music till like I was like 24. I just been spitting.
Oh, word. So you was straight freestyle.
Yeah, like I just write like 60 bars. Like I just like writing. I could write a 16. Like if somebody else make the hook, I could write a 16. But I got into the art of music, like making changing somebody's emotions. Like you could be mad and listen to a song and it'd be like, oh, I'm good now. You feel me? Or you might listen to DMX and beat a nigga ass. You feel me? Like it'd be like that.
Nah.
It'd definitely be like
nah, you got that type of shit.
That's how I listen to
Yeah, a little bit.
So I mean, I know y'all niggas grew up together and shit. So you from North Brunswick?
Yeah, I'm from all over. I moved around a lot.
Middlesex.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Middlesex.
Yeah.
Just from all over and shit. Alright.
That's what I say.
I moved around a lot.
Middlesex baby.
That Section 8 where you be kicking ass. Oh, where you want to go? We go.
It's crazy. His dad, his pops is my Pop Warner coach.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah.
But we didn't know until like
It's been a while.
Yeah, so it took a while. But he knew my dad in the jail, obviously. But I took a while. Like I didn't meet him until probably was it 07? Right?
Yeah. No, I didn't know none of them. I didn't even know my dad.
No, it was good.
Yeah, I didn't even know he probably met my pops before I did.
Oh, that's
Now that you put it that way, I probably did.
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah, because I
I met my pops a year or two before I met y'all.
Oh, so when he was with
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of that.
and that.
Yeah.
Put no
But
names.
moved around. But you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I feel like the moving around gave me. It's the reason why I feel like I rap the way I do too. Cause it's like I lived in New Brunswick, which is it is what it is in New Brunswick.
Yeah.
It can get a little wild, especially back in the '90s. It was a little wild.
No word.
It was real wild. So
I don't ever think it's crazy, bro. I don't ever think of New Brunswick that way, bro.
and you shouldn't, and it shouldn't be. Honestly, I feel like it shouldn't be. You feel me? But it's like,
Shit.
it is what it
Yeah,
is.
it is.
Like,
Yeah, that's a fact.
You
It
can't
is what it
really,
is.
you feel me? I wish a lot of shit wasn't the way it is, but it is what it is. It's not extreme though. That's the thing. It's not extreme. It's just unnecessary.
I mean,
Is
most
it
of
ever
that shit-
necessary?
Yeah, I'm about to say most of that shit is
Yeah.
unnecessary.
But you know what I mean. Some shit
Nah, I
like
feel you.
some shit you could see like you can see
he
certain
probably-
things.
yeah, nah,
And
he's
certain
right.
things you could just be like, yo, you didn't have to do that. You
Yeah.
could have went to school. You could have got a job. You didn't have to do this. You feel me? But for the most part, Brunswick ain't
That sound
bad.
like boring time. Out of you niggas.
Brunswick ain't bad though. And we got a lot of talent though. Like we got a lot of talent. I just want the bullshit to be left alone. You feel me? But I can't speak. Ain't nothing happened to me. Hopefully it don't. You feel me? So I can't speak on other people's lives. If something did happen to me, I ain't gonna say I feel the same way. You feel me? So I try to leave that alone. But yeah, New Brunswick, Woodbridge, Amboy. That's where I start stealing shit at. And Amboy, cause like they all Spanish. I'm young. I'm young, so I'm like they don't watch no Smack DVDs.
Yeah.
Like, they listen to
Well, some motherfuckers didn't.
so I've been there killing shit. They like, how old is this nigga? He's spitting. I was ripping shit. I was telling Jadakiss freestyles, all of that. I love you, Jada. I'm just saying, I was young. I was like 6th grade, you feel me? Like, I was listening to like Funk Master Flex at night, you feel me?
That's a throwback, damn.
But I was really, but I remember the whole verse still. I remember the whole verse still. I would write the whole thing down, remember it at school.
That verse, but you don't remember it.
Not at all.
That's crazy.
Not at all. I still listen to that verse though.
Should have recorded. Money don't got it.
I mean, so as far as all the areas you been in.
Damn.
You doing this freestyle bad. You want that politic and ass.
You heard it.
You heard it. You'll be like,
So what you? I mean, I know you say you come from a few places, like so. When you move around, like what you credit, like what you call home. Like if you had to name the city, you call home.
I give it to New Brunswick 100%. I was born in New Brunswick. My I make sure my son was born in New Brunswick. My first son was born in New Brunswick.
Robert Wood.
Yeah, Robert Wood.
Yes.
You feel me? Like most of my family still live in New Brunswick, but for the most part, the reason why I always say other places is because like I said, like the mentality be different. Like I be sitting there feeling like a lot of shit is like you wasn't even in the raps, right? Because I may start some controversy with this, but I kind of want to. Like me and my boy Six, we be talking about like the different areas of Exit 9. You feel me? On some friendly shit, on some friendly rapping shit. Who got the best rappers? I think it's North Brunswick. You feel me? Out of New Brunswick, North Brunswick, and Franklin.
Who are you crediting North Brunswick to?
I'm talking about high school. If you went to that high school,
Okay.
if you went to that high school, because there's people that went to North Brunswick, but they was from Franklin or from New Brunswick. You feel me? Like, but it's like if you did most of your high school in a town, then because that's where everybody started rapping at in high school.
It'll be
Really?
honestly, it'll go North Brunswick, Franklin, then New Brunswick.
I think so too. Yeah, I think so too. But I feel like I said, and this is why I said the thing about Brunswick is because I think I was talking to you about this too, like the school system.
Oh yeah,
the school system. North Brunswick is different, bro. We were taking I took a law elective in high school. I took a psychology elective in high school. You feel me? Franklin got a pretty good high school. You feel me? East Brunswick got a really good high school. New Brunswick is ass when it comes to the school system, but they got a whole Rutgers University there. But they don't put no money into the high school or the middle school, like garbage. Like block periods, nah, you already know.
So I'm assuming like in that area, is New Brunswick kind of like the inner city, like.
But you'll never know.
You'll never know. Say,
I'm not saying I
it's
we
just
used to
like
have the Rutgers Fest and shit up there. I used to stay out
It
in New
looks
Brunswick,
real
like
nice.
everything in that area. That's why I'm like, no, I'm from the town, so you come to Trent, you know.
Yeah, we ain't gonna act like we don't know.
Yeah, you come to Trent, you know where you
Like
at. But like coming to New Brunswick, I would have never known that until I started like, wait, this nigga, his people's like, I'm like,
You start walking through, you like,
burbs. I know how that's the burbs, nigga. Like, I ain't.
Nah, it's a front. It's just like people.
Nice.
It's just like people who don't know about Atlantic City. Like you'll be like, oh, they got the boardwalk. They got all that. It's so nice.
Yeah.
You take the
Or
wrong
DC.
left.
Or DC.
Or DC.
Or
No,
DC.
you walk down that strip.
They
too
say,
long.
you about to say, you
walk
just keep going down that shit. You gonna walk right into the hood.
You gonna see a couple pookies.
That boardwalk in.
You gonna see a couple pookies down there. Like, oh, we got
Yeah,
real.
but you know, it's. I feel like it's a part of like the politics. Like if they let people know how bad New Brunswick was, nobody would want to send their kids to school there. You feel me? And it's like New Brunswick's not that bad. It's like we don't got a murder rate. Thank God. Please don't think that shit cool. Cause niggas really be trying to be like, oh, our murder rate high, and that shit ain't cool. You feel me? Like we don't got a lot of crime, but it's just like like I said, it's
one thing.
certain unnecessary shit. Like
What is that? What's the word I'm looking at? Is it? Would you consider Brunswick metropolitan?
Semi?
Yeah.
Because because when you think of it, everything you need is in.
Yeah, I was saying, yeah.
Because you have
everything.
You have a big university. You have two hospitals.
You got big.
You have
hotels.
You
got
have a big ass pharmaceutical company like that's in your backyard. Like Johnson and Johnson.
It's definitely not metropolitan.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you think of it as like that, but I say when he talked about the '90s when the old projects was up before they got knocked down, Brunswick was wild.
Yeah, real wild.
Brunswick was wild. So I want to say. I really don't know. When did the old projects get knocked down?
Oh, that's the wrong one. And damn, I'm at the.
Because they had the. Because they did.
My father loved the project so much. He still got the brick. Like when they crumbled, he took a brick.
I'm about to
he
say
still got
because they actually
brick.
like it was like
So
on the news.
if I say, oh, I don't know when it came in, he gonna be like, nigga, when I see you, when I see you, you gonna have to see.
Because they did what was it, Channel 12 out there for us?
Oh yeah, I think so.
They did a whole like big demolition on Channel 12 about it, and I think the anniversary just came up, but like that was like a big like monument as far as like
it's right there. As soon as you come in,
Brunswick changing, like it was a big like that changing that shifted
Also, like what type of like, gentrification type shit?
Yeah.
That probably start. That was probably like
The intentions.
the intentions of it. It probably didn't start until like it probably didn't officially
going through
start until
Brunswick is
until downtown.
it don't look bad though.
Nah.
You don't ride through New Brunswick and be like,
It don't.
It don't.
yeah, this
It
look.
don't.
Ain't like
But
riding through Camden.
You downtown.
Nah,
Brunswick.
you're right.
You ain't.
Abandoned, it's like abandoned. But
Yeah,
now,
that's-
right
I'm
now,
just saying.
Yeah.
But
But even if you want even if you on Joyce Kilmer, like independent, like or living,
Nah,
like
it can look
there's
very
certain
nice.
places. Yeah, there's certain places like in
You
the
make a
country. You
certain
just
right, you'll be
gotta know.
surprised.
You just gotta know.
You make certain turns, you'll be surprised. Like, oh shit, they look like this
Yeah.
over here.
Like if
They
you saw
low.
downtown, like if you saw
They
Front
low.
Street at night downtown, you be like, damn, this how they coming.
That's everywhere you go.
Yeah.
If you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
But literally, but that's what I mean by like that's the other side of downtown. You got downtown, you got Eastern Ave, then you got downtown Front Street.
Yeah.
So it's like two different ends of the spectrum when you talk about different people, because you got as far or George Street where all the clubs is. George Street they have like the lounges and shit, so you'll never know what Front Street look like if you never been down there.
All I'm saying is Brunswick got a lot of potential. That's it. It got a lot of potential.
You seeing it?
Yeah,
They put
like-
money in. They put money into
They
it.
got a lot of potential.
But
But,
I feel as though that's every
I feel like
yeah.
I
Brunswick
All
is
that
big
nigga
as shit on the low.
On the high, Brunswick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying, Brunswick ain't like Trenton. It's just like
I was
8
about to say, I
miles.
was like,
Like,
with Trenton. Trenton is 8 miles.
Yeah,
Bro. I can
like
walk.
Brunswick
I
big-
can
Brunswick
walk
low-key
from West
big as
Trenton
shit.
to South to the section to North Trenton back to West Trenton in about an hour and a half walking. So it's that's like, yeah, Trenton is small, bro. Like Trenton is small and Trenton only populated.
it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take you about an hour to get from the train station to McKinley.
I used to that big say like everything.
Well,
Like,
I walk
Nah, Brunswick
lazy.
is pretty big when you
Brunswick.
think about it though.
and
They
then
got-
growing up, Trenton, it was only one high school. Like
Yeah.
it's one high school, so the whole city going to the same high school. You got Trenton High, and then they made Trenton High West, which used to be a middle school. But they started branching it off a little bit, but our dynamic is a lot smaller than what y'all used to growing up and shit.
Plus, we got, like I said, we got 2 hospitals, and then we got
What Trenton
the
had,
biggest pharmaceutical company,
I'd have had 3.
probably the biggest pharmaceutical
It's
company.
surprising that Trent's so small though. But you know, I find it weird that most capitals be like that too though.
Yeah,
Like it's
that's a
really
fact, yeah.
fucked up outside of like where the
think-
offices and shit be.
Yeah.
Which one is
It's really
New
sick.
York? Is Albany, right?
Albany, yeah, I don't really know too
But
much
Albany,
about
Albany's
Look
alright.
at
Yeah,
DC.
Albany's alright. But that's what I'm saying. But
DC,
if you go to
yeah,
DC, it's like
God damn, what the
That's
fuck?
like university,
Yeah.
country capital. Like,
that's what I say about DC.
But you go to certain areas,
But
like
I hear,
I said,
but I hear it's
certain
mad
areas in
love
DC.
though. I hear like if you having a good time in DC, it's beautiful. Like
Chocolate City.
yeah,
Trust me. Listen.
I'm about to head down there soon.
I fell in love in Chocolate City by accident.
Good.
By accident.
By accident on purpose. By accident on purpose.
By accident. It wasn't supposed to
Yeah.
happen. I went to Howard.
Here we go.
You know how the powers that be.
Yeah.
You know,
So
it happened.
that's crazy. So I'm thinking like, I know y'all got Brunswick, right? So you know how you already talk about the mentality where like niggas want to be, niggas for whatever reason don't matter where you at. Niggas want to be from the hood. They want to act like they're from the hood.
Yeah.
So like
I
with
had that
Trenton,
phase.
so like with Trenton, it's a lot of motherfuckers like growing up in Trenton. I went to 3 different high schools, so it was like you going to school in Trenton, but then you move out and you start going to the suburbs. First of all, you see how different the education is. That's one, but then you see the culture where it's like people be in these suburban schools and be bragging about how you be in Trenton. Me still living
I
in
know what you
Trenton, I'm
mean,
like,
yeah. I know what you mean.
the fuck y'all want to be here for? Like,
Nah,
you
you
go out
really
here and like a lot of
North
people.
Brunswick? Shit. Well, maybe not your class.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe not your class. I'm about to say because you know my class had a lot of hotheads.
Yeah. It was, but it's the younger generation. I feel so old saying that shit now.
I'm about to
but
say,
it's
'cause
like,
North Brunswick
but you know when you were
now,
young, you know when
man.
you were young and they said, "Oh, y'all young and y'all not listening." You be like, "Bro, we chilling." Like, but it's like nowadays it's kind of like you kind of see what they're talking about.
We
like,
weren't this bad.
the influence be
We always say
crazy.
that, but we were.
We was kind of bad. We were fighting though.
Yeah.
We was fighting. Everybody was getting right. We was in trend.
Oh, nigga, that's what niggas started like.
You was in trend.
I'm about to say, we
I'm like,
Look, But it's funny, right? Because I moved
like,
from Brunswick to Woodbridge, which was like, Woodbridge was like, it was so much peace. Where I lived in certain parts of Woodbridge, they still get a shady part of Woodbridge. I lived in Avenel, right by Rawway. So I could have still got into some bullshit.
Because you know Ford's is still.
I could have still got into some bullshit, but like where we lived at, it was like utopia, man. We didn't even have a basketball court. But we had fun every day. Big manhunt games, all that shit.
But that's the crazy part. Even growing up in Trenton, it was like, yeah, it was a dangerous city. But it wasn't like you couldn't be a kid. I mean, you had to grow up faster. Yeah. But like, we manhunt, we played ball everywhere. It was always something to do. Not just my mom grew up in Trenton, but it was still like, now you look at it, it's like, it ain't shit for kids to do. It ain't even safe for kids to be 8, 9, 10 to be outside. Yeah. And it's like, damn, when that become like, like I said, even growing up, like, I mean, I know it might not be Brunswick, but I know niggas was shooting when I was a kid growing up back then. But if you was a young boy, it was good. Like, you was young, unless you was into that. Unless you was trying to.
I remember, and that was Franklin versus New Brunswick night game.
Yeah, they should really be wilding out all those football games, bro.
But that's the only time they really wilded out, though.
Like you said, you drove through Brunswick. There's certain parts where there's not going to be no shootings at ever. Yeah, you feel me?
And Brunswick big as hell.
Yeah, and there's just certain parts where it's like, shooting every now and then. There's not a lot of bodies. There's not probably a lot of shootings. Like, there's not probably a lot of people getting shot. But it's a lot of shots. You feel me? But it's just like, I honestly feel like a lot of the old ones that was wilding, like our generation that was wilding, now they kind of just like, listen, bro, if I ain't got to kill you about it, we not even going to beef over it. You feel me? And then I feel like now the younger ones is just like, oh, you stepped on my shoes. They back to that. They back to, you stepped on my shoes, I'm gonna kill you. And I'm just
back. I mean, they never went away. We grew up on that. It's just we older now. We looking at it like
We
like, But then when you think about some of the shit you probably fought motherfuckers and art, you be thinking like, damn.
And that's crazy. When I moved to Amboy, like Amboy was not on that shoot 'em up shit at all. But you will fight every second if you have to. They are so prideful. And they always want to be, I'm the best fighter out here. That's how they was. I liked it as a kid. I liked it. Yo, but I was shocked. A couple of them really bad at me. So I mean, like, I was like, they out here really getting it in. All right, let me take these shit. I'm gonna have my slippers on. I respected that though. You feel me? And then it was like I moved to North Brunswick, and it was just like, bruh, when I moved to North, nobody was worried about fighting in North Brunswick. In the 3 years that I was there, I probably saw like 4 fights. It was so. That's what it was. It was just bitches. Women everywhere. That's
what it is. Excuse my language.
It was women. I'm just trying to stop saying bitches. Period. But it's like.
I say bitches because I don't know your name. I'm sorry. But the ones I do know.
That's good, bitch.
I cursed a lady out at 7-Eleven the other day. You call her a bitch? I was mad. She pissed me off. I was mad.
Yeah, that's what. But it was like. When you don't have like niggas, like usually that's what it comes down to. Usually you're doing that to get attention for girls.
Yeah, most of the shit.
9 times out of 10. Most shit niggas do.
Like 90% of what niggas do.
Yeah, like niggas wear J's to the gas station. Like come on now, and get out there to buy matches that they and they don't smoke.
Jersey, we won't even gotta
come on now, like niggas. Like
I some Florida shit. I ain't started seeing niggas parking lot.
I know how down south go. I know how down south go.
Parking lot bumping music.
Oh no, gas station down south.
That's what they had gas station.
It's a party.
Them niggas be lit at the gas station.
But when you don't have that dynamic to where like you don't gotta show up, cause like North Brunswick was the type of school like there was a lot of like uncut gems, like a lot of girls that like nobody messed around with, but like she was bad. So if you did have it, you had it on the top.
Yeah, there was everything. I can honestly say there was every single thing and no brother.
Whatever flavor you wanted, like
and whatever style. Like if she was Spanish, she could be a super mommy, or she could be type hood, or she could be a gothic Spanish bitch. Like, you would find
whatever you wanted, bro. Like yo, I saw my first Indian that I wanted in North Brunswick, and I said, I know.
It opened my eyes. But honestly, it was so peaceful. Like I was still rapping, and I was still rapping this whole shoot 'em up bang bang shit. That was what I was rapping about.
That's hip hop.
Yeah, you feel me? But it was like that. It kind of changed the way I rap because it's just like I'm a realist at the end of the day. Like I'm not into that no more. Or I'm not into that as much. Like I can be happy. It's okay to be happy. Like you don't gotta be. You don't gotta be angry on every chat.
To be happy. I was like, I ain't stop playing with me. Like, talking like that. It's like,
because it's like everybody's feel like they. Oh, you trying to play me? That's the first thing. Oh, you trying to play me?
Everybody want to be.
Nigga, I just asked you where you get your shoes from, man, nigga. Oh, what you saying? They fake?
They my size.
I feel like, bro, who raised you? Like,
see, I guess being a little brother, I never really had that problem.
Your house was different though. You had a really nice house. You had a really.
I ain't gonna say your house was super different from mine, but your environment was super different.
Yeah, but everybody knew my brothers too. That's what I'm saying. So,
that's
what me really was.
Or in Trenton?
Huh?
You talking about no brother or Trenton?
No, him living in Trenton, me living in North Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like,
because even when I came to see his family in Trenton, it's just still like, even though I'm on board in Trenton, I ain't gonna lie, I'm in Trenton, but it's like, their family is so like, you know, it's real love in their family. Like, so even when I go visit them in Trenton, I'm still like, I really let my guard down. Like, I really be chilling.
Like, it's just like, still, even with that, like, you got your family, and of course, like, I got my family too, but it's still like environment.
Yeah.
So like, I know, like, you come to my crib, it's gonna be love, but like when I go outside, I'm I'm 13 years old, niggas trying to force you to get in the game. You might have to fight. Like, it's a whole different feel instead of being like.
No, I don't think. I was talking to Fave about it. I was like, remember how niggas won't let me, to this day, niggas won't let me smoke?
Yeah, well, I'm saying you smoke.
Yeah, but in general, growing up, niggas wouldn't let me, like, if they were smoking, like, niggas wouldn't let me smoke. Right. Like, even if I tried, and they was like, nah. They let me drink, but they don't let me smoke. I don't get it. Ask them. I don't know. I don't know.
It's different.
Ask them. I don't know.
I don't smoke. I don't smoke.
Dave, you gotta understand, Dave, you know Dave. He was like 13. He was like 6'1", 13. So it's like, bro, you don't need to be smoking. You don't need to be smoking. Like, you can drink on the weekends with us every now and then, but like, you gonna play sports, and he just knew how to do mad shit. It was just like, nah, not Dave.
If you a little brother,
I'm saying
I was a young.
He was like the little brother who had more sense than you, type shit. Like, he knew how to save money. I didn't know how to save money, like little shit like that.
Yeah,
like,
I ain't gonna lie, nigga be dropping gems.
You know what I'm saying? So
I laugh too much.
Yeah, I ain't gonna low key. Nigga don't take it serious.
It's all good.
And I be like, man, this nigga.
Cause he's an asshole. Like, Dave be a straight asshole sometimes.
I respect it. I respect that part.
I don't like repeating myself. I don't like repeating myself. But I'll probably say, because I actually know you, so like I've seen like what you've been through. Yeah. So I want to say, like, especially, what was it when you was walking, or was it your senior year? Even though you was older than everybody, like, where did you get that mindset from?
What, to walk to work?
No. Well, shit, that's a mindset in and of itself. Because most young niggas won't walk. Most niggas don't have a job because they won't walk to work.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a super fact.
Shit, most niggas don't have a job because they won't walk to get a job. Like,
they won't walk to the bus stop.
Yeah, like there's different way. Like, the fact that you walk into work, the fact that you walk to work from where we lived is enough.
Was I staying with y'all this time?
Yeah.
I walked to work because I didn't want to, at that time, I didn't want to go back to stay with my pops. Okay. You feel me? Like, at that time, I would do. But in retrospect, if it wasn't for my pops, I would have never had a job. I would have never even thought about working. Mm-hmm. It was just, the transition it was quick and it was new for the both of us. Mm-hmm. So it was like, we just bumped heads. We bumped heads too hard, and I was just like, but then it was like, when you grow up, then when you have kids, but even before having kids, like, when you start getting older, like, you just be like, damn, like,
different appreciation for your
parents. Like, a part of me, you feel me, as much as I really want to change New Brunswick, like we was talking, but like, a part of me was like, if I can't, I definitely don't want my kids here. You feel me? Like, I definitely don't want to be here, because it's just like, we've been here since grandma been here. Like, nobody ever left. We too comfortable. It'd be that 4-block radius that people never leave, and that's why the change of environments was so important, because it's like, you would never think, like, when I lived in Avenel, I lived next to Russian kids and Indian kids, Polish kids, Jewish
That
kids.
shit's different, though.
And it's just like, it teach you a different, a different
That shit important, bro. I learned that going to college in Florida, like, coming from Trenton, and then even moving out here, moving to the suburbs, start being around white people and shit, you like, oh, this is a little different. Motherfuckers is talking about college. People was talking about the future and life, like, you know, the hood niggas, yeah, like, you talking about all this shit. And then leaving Jersey and going to another different state and meet people from Texas, Cali, Detroit, New York. You try to meet people from all over. You're like, oh, like, it's a whole different, it's a whole other world out here. Like, where your mind get expanded when you leave.
Especially coming from Trenton, because to me, Trenton is like its own state. Like, I don't even count Trenton as Trenton is a whole different. It's like the lingo different, the accents be different with certain people. Like, you be sitting there like, where you from, bro? I'm from Trenton. Oh no.
Nah, the town is like, I ain't gonna lie, it's just like Brunswick, they got a lot of talent. The problem is like everybody stuck on negativity. Everybody stuck on negativity, man. And ain't nobody trying to pick up a book, read, learn, elevate, do nothing real. It's I ain't gonna say everybody, because there's some niggas out there like real talented, moving on some, and doing, but it get overshadowed. Shit. It get overshadowed because they be doing some shit, and then niggas just start talking about, oh, this motherfucker fucking this baby mom. Now everybody attention on that.
Exactly.
Oh,
they
beef,
like
they want to shoot. They like the negativity. And it's like, why are we focusing on this?
You know why I think that is?
This man is doing some positive shit.
I think people like negativity because it showed them that somebody got it worse than you.
Like, what they think?
Yeah, most people live in a fucked up situation, so they like seeing people in fucked up situations. Like, oh, all right, I ain't got it that bad.
That's a different perspective.
And I ain't never thought about that, but that's real though.
You feel me? I ain't got it that bad. Let me look at this shit.
But that's a real mentality when it comes to like people who not close to you, who outside of your circle support you faster than somebody that's close to you. Because people around you, a lot of people, I ain't gonna say everybody, a lot of people won't want to see you do better than them.
Yeah.
Which brings me to one of your tracks that, I don't know, shit like this always resonate with me, bro, because I'm real big on loyalty. So, like, when I hear tracks where you, like, where you deal with shit with people, like, you thought was close to you, cross you, or do some weird shit, you be like, I ain't think he was like that. But I thought.
Probably watch for him.
That one too, but
is that the one
I thought
you was mine, nigga.
Yeah.
Is that the one you talking about, the situation?
That's why I locked up for 3 years.
Yeah. So it was actually, the track was actually made.
This is bro when Izelle told me.
Oh, that I got locked up.
Oh no! When Izelle told me like how like.
Oh, why we got
like not what y'all was doing, but more so like who folded. Oh,
but it was so the track came out while I was still in jail, not in prison. I was in jail waiting to see what was gonna, like, getting the offers and shit. And I was told that somebody that was with us that I was real close to told, right? And when I brought it to his attention, because it's like, you my brother, I'm not gonna automatically just
assume. I'm
gonna call you. Plus you out there, he bailed out, so it's like, plus you out there, we in here. It might be just animosity. You never know. So I called him. I'm like, yo, bro, I heard some shit. Like, what's going on? Talk to me. He cut me off. So it's like, I'm automatically going to think it's true. You feel me? So I wrote the track, and then, later on I found out it wasn't true. And I found out somebody else told that I wasn't as close with, but it was still like, you're supposed to be solid, whatever you do. And I'm like, I'm still going to make the track. It's a good track, one. It's a true story. Because that's how I really felt. And it's a relatable story. You feel me? And that's actually, not to downplay my own shit, that's the worst version of that song. I had it on another beat where it was really emotional and shit. And it fit, but it was just like, overthinking. I switched through beats so much. I switched through a lot of beats. But, man, I ain't gonna lie. I've always been really sharp, I felt. Like, even though I make some fucked up situations. I always felt like I was really sharp, you feel me? And growing up, you feel like more and more and more, I'm more on point with shit. And one thing that I had to check myself with is that I could still be shocked. Like, I felt like I done been through so much that nothing could shock me no more. And to go with you saying, like, the whole loyalty shit, so many people that was in my circle in a recent year, I mean, in the last couple weeks, is not there no more. Like, it's not there no more. And at first, with the first person, the cutoff was quick and it was definite. It was stamped ASAP, but it was hard. You feel me? It's like you choose your family. I mean, you don't choose your family.
You choose your friends. Though.
You choose your friends and shit, and you make them family. So it's like
they're the family they're the family you choose.
Yeah, and then you know when you do something like that, and then you step out of your circle, you look and you're like, you always been this way.
That's yo.
You always been this way. It's just you never been this way with me. We allowed you, not allowed you. We accepted the fact that you do it to outsiders.
But then when it came in, we shocked.
Yeah,
you look like
I shouldn't be.
Nah, that's what this is who you was.
You feel me? That's who you was the whole time. So, but it was a good thing and a bad thing because it created a snowball effect. Because it was just like, all right, now I'm gonna look at everybody like that. You feel me? If this person that's this close to me is like that, I ain't testing you. I stopped kind of testing people, but I observe you. You feel me? Like, so I'll sit there, I observe you, and I'll just be like,
that's crazy. That's something I've been telling my sister for years. Like, I'm real good. People always call me weird when I say that shit, bro. I evaluate everybody.
Everybody. It's
I've been doing that shit since I ain't gonna lie, that's one thing I was blessed with from God. Like, evaluating people around me, people who I choose to be close with and fuck with. Like, I've been doing that shit for years. Like, super evaluate motherfuckers on a day-to-day basis. Cause like, as we all grow, we all change. So somebody I was cool when I was 13. When I turn 22, we might just not be on the same wavelength. And then at 22, somebody I'm cool with, and when I get 29, we might start going separate ways. So it's like, some of it might be malicious because you start changing.
You met him at 28.
I'm just saying, this nigga didn't beat me. This is the problem, right? The nigga always tell me, this is kill me about this.
Nigga like 4 years
The nigga tell me all the time he met me 4 years ago. I've been knowing this. We got cool 4 years ago. I've been knowing this nigga. I was literally at the graduation with you. Who graduation was it? That was like 7 years ago. I'm like, bro, the whole I knew his sister first though. His sister moved to Bordentown. I started going to Bordentown before he did. I didn't go to school. I went to school with his sister. I graduated by the time he came to Bordentown. But I knew his sister. Me and his sister was
there though.
Yeah, I know how you out there.
Yeah.
They watch it. They watch it.
But nah, so me and his sister always was close. And then I know he was always cool with Josh. That's on this nigga for a minute. But it's like me and Dave ain't started getting super close until like 4 or 5 years ago when I was about to move back home from school. Group chat and shit, and I started chilling with this nigga, and I'm like, oh nah, niggas, I thought he was just a, you know, nigga play all day. So I'm like, damn, my nigga cool, nigga just a clown, like, oh he. But nah, Dave, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Dave really be dropping gems. I be like, bro, you know a little bit. Nigga, he was showing me the tattoo and shit he had got. I seen one. He got the little hole, third eye. I was like, oh you. You know,
National treasure ass type thing.
Throw the praying hands on him, so you gotta balance it out.
I'm like, yo, that let me know though, like then you start having conversations with people, you're like, all right, you know a little bit, and then you be around him, and you start to see people's values, like how people act, cause I'm real big on like I'm one of them people, and like all the people around me, I keep around me, what he don't do, I don't count favors.
Yeah.
So if I give you money, I don't. When it comes to friendships, I'm real big on not letting shit like that come between. Cause people will beef over money, and I'm like, bro, if I give you something, like if you want to pay me back, cool. I gave it to you because I could. Cause if I couldn't afford to give it to you, I don't have no problem saying no. Yeah. So if I give it to you, that means I can afford to kind of. If you can't get it back to me, I can afford to lose that $100, like whatever I gave you. Cause that's how I don't really like counting favors, like. And like I'm real big on like when I say evaluating people, even people I'm not super cool with. Like if I just meet you and I see how you like.
It's people, places, and things.
Yeah.
So it's like if
you see how certain people treat other people, and I'm like, I could be cool with you, but I'll never fuck with you like that.
Never, because you'll try to play me. It's like jail comes up in almost every conversation with somebody. Because first and foremost, jail is not necessary, but it can be a big life lesson for certain people. Certain people just not gonna get it until they go to jail. You feel me?
Yeah.
But you don't need to. You don't need to go to jail.
I
But
don't
in there,
plan
you shouldn't plan on it. I definitely plan on that.
I don't know nobody playing on it.
But it was like the first couple months in jail, because at first we were joking around, laughing, orange jumpsuits, laughing at each other and shit like that. A good 6 months went by, and then that's when I got the affidavit that somebody told I'm definitely going to prison. That I was sitting there like, yeah, this nah, this not for me. Like and what's crazy is
It took 6 months.
Yeah, it took 6 months. I ain't gonna lie. It took 6 months. To be being realistic, it took like 6 months. Because if I would have got out before that, if I would have got out, the 6 months was when I got the information.
Right,
So
like,
that was like
for a fact. Like now I know. Like,
I'm going to
I'm
jail.
doing some years.
Going down.
Like,
You feel me? So it was like it hit me, and I was just like, boom. I only been here for 6 months. When I got in here, niggas was telling me, I've been here 18 months. I'm like, I'm definitely not gonna be here no fucking 18 months. I was in there for 13 months.
I'm gonna say you did a straight shit.
Yeah, and no, I'm talking about just in the county.
Yeah, I'm talking
in
about
the fucking county.
But all together, you did
I did
3 straight, right?
Yeah, I did like 3 years.
Yeah.
Right? First time ever getting locked up, first time ever being arrested, ever. No juvenile shit, no nothing. Right? And I was just like, I went down and I was, talking, not to a lot of motherfuckers, because I'm, like I said before, I've been observing, so I'm like, I'm really not going to get cool with niggas in here like that. But you end up doing it. You in there long enough to, So it was just like, but like certain majority of the people that you meet in there, that you just sit, you listen, you hear conversation, you hear logic, and you be like, I'm not supposed to be around y'all. We not supposed to be around, like if we're around each other, is somebody supposed to be teaching somebody something. Other than that, we shouldn't be hanging with each other at all. You feel me? Because it's like we don't have the same values. And that's when I learned, like that's when I stopped arguing with people. Because it was just like, I looked at the potential of people. Not to downplay anybody, but like, you have to believe in yourself in some sense. So it's like once I saw people wasn't really like, you don't really give a fuck about your life.
I'm arguing with you.
What I'm arguing with you for? I got plans. You feel me? Like jail was my awakening. It wasn't like my crib because niggas go back so much. You feel me? It's like, nah, like I got plans. So you got it, bro. And so many people that I got into it with or got into altercations with, they came home and they died. Or they came home and they went right back to prison. Less than a year home, and they were just like, I made the right change. Because you could adapt in a different way. You can adapt and be like, all right, well, fuck it, we all just gonna be wild again. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, nah, I got people who really love me. Like at some point, like you know how I felt like I needed hate to write music sometimes, like oh these hating ass niggas. But I really got so much love. Anybody who heard me rap was always like, nah, you nice.
That's crazy. A lot of artists don't talk about that shit though. A lot of artists, even celebrities, they focus on them. Like, motherfuckers that go through a million comments of love and pick that one comment and hate out and respond to it. And it's like, I don't even get why as humans we do shit like that, but it's just like natural. Like,
nature, bro.
Yeah, it's just like natural. You get all this love, and then the one thing that stuck out is the hate.
That
Like,
20, it's like that 2080 rule.
Like it's like all people say. I used to say shit like, motherfuckers don't check on me. Like I'm always hitting niggas up. And I remember once I had to really check myself and really like sit back and look. They don't owe me nothing, but more people hit me up and check on me more than I really pay attention to.
Yo, and you know what's crazy when you said
indirectly.
When you said the support thing from your people, I had to check myself because my boy Eddie, pardon me, he probably would hate for me to say his real name. My boy Raw, you feel me? He
said that'll be out here, dude.
But he worked very hard. He's very independent. I mean, like, he shoot his own videos, he record himself, he engineer himself. He's even making beats. Oh yeah, sometimes. Okay. Sometimes he makes his own beats, and it was just like I always, even when he recorded me, I just put my shit out, and I would never be like, this was my engineer, because I was so used to him. You my man. Like I knew Eddie since like 6th grade, so it was like I feel like, oh y'all should already know. You know what I'm saying? Some people feel, oh you know who my man is. Like you know who. No they don't. No they don't. You feel me? So sometimes you gotta put that out there. Like yo, shout out to my mans. Raw, you feel me? he engineered that could get him business. Oh yeah, he made my track. Oh yeah, he did. Oh, let me. You feel me? So I had to. You get comfortable, and everything you do, you get comfortable. You need that. You need that reminder of being uncomfortable. Like I don't want to settle. I don't want to settle. I want to be here.
Like you said, motherfuckers really don't owe you nothing. That's why, like, it's crazy because me and one of my old bros had gotten into an argument months ago about that. Like, he got his own little podcast. He thought I was supporting and shit. And I told him, like, bro, like, you know, I'm gonna support everything you do. Like, if I ain't share your shit as much as you thought, like, my bad. I personally, like, being a man, I personally apologize when you feel step away. But, like, you don't share my shit either. I ain't said nothing to you. You don't have to share my shit. Like, you family regardless, whether you share it or not. But it's like,
now you want to
like,
turn it up.
Yeah, now it's like, come on, like, now you got your shit. Now you're like, oh, you don't support it. It's like, bro, I ain't never seen you comment, share, nothing. And I ain't never came at you just like, you don't have to. I'm not. If you do it, it's out of love. I appreciate it. If you don't, I'm not. You still family. Like that.
Exactly. That ain't
and it's
gonna
like
break this up.
that's it. But that's what I'm saying. Shit like that. If I'm close to you, I'm not letting little shit like that. Like as long as we can talk, just hit me.
Exactly.
Don't be behind my back like, oh, that nigga a snake, and then like
yeah. That's really what shit
like
love.
keeping around me like.
That's what shit really.
People I know like. I'm fucking abrasive as hell. Like, all these niggas know I'm abrasive as hell. I'm gonna say it up the fuck I feel, how I want to. Might be rude as fuck. I'm an asshole. That's why me and him get along. But it's like, you always want to know where I stand. That's why I tell you, you always want to know where I stand. Whether you like it or not, you gonna know where I stand at. Like,
that's the main thing about almost any situation. It was this video, you know, with all this racist shit going on, and there was this black dude whipped out on this old white lady. Pulled the piece out and everything, put it in her face and shit like, I don't give a fuck, nigga. And I was like, a part of me was like, I respect that. I respect that. Because I know who you are. You a racist bitch. Are you racist to the core?
Yeah.
It's the ones that be like, no, I love black people. And then those are the motherfuckers you got watching.
Yeah, I tell you all the time. That's what I loved about living in Florida. Because I'm like, bro, like, you got the same amount of race people in the South as you do in the North. The difference is in the South, they don't hide it. Up here, they hide it, like the mask it. They put a mask on their racism. I got black friends. Yeah, that's because he almost like he almost on that side.
Jersey, one of the worst states.
Yeah, for real. And I'm like, that's why I'm like, I'd rather somebody be openly racist. While like, it's weird to say, I don't really fuck with dude, but Trump don't bother me that much. Because I know exactly where he stands.
It's up to us.
He's racist, like, he
don't
fuck with us.
I feel like
it's like, why am I put all this energy?
What did Ross say? He said something. I'm glad Trump inside the White House because we got to destroy before we elevate or some shit like that. I forget what song it was.
That sounds dope, bro.
He said, what was the fuck?
That might be,
I know what album it is.
That might be Idols Become Rivals. I can't think though.
I don't know.
I think that it might not be.
But I think that was the line. But that's kind of what it comes down to. It's like, damn, I didn't want to get political. Fuck.
Yeah, I know. Right?
But it's like when it comes down to it, it's like Trump basically showed his ass, and America allowed it. And America allowed it.
What's on my hand here?
Like he showed his ass, and America allowed him to. And I personally, I can't be mad at it.
It's not America allowed him to. That is America.
No, I'm saying the only reason why I say America because they voted.
But I mean, but that's the thing. Like, you can't say it loud because that is our culture. Yeah. They try to butter it up. That's not This country is built on racism.
Yeah.
It's built on the backs of black slaves. So it's like when we say, "Oh, here, that's naturally." You always, no matter who you are, you always naturally go back to what you are. Yeah. So this country did. We're naturally a country built on racism that don't fucking like black people. Like, that's why people be surprised we let him in the office. Yes.
That's why I'm just
like yes. Most of the voters are white. Like
I'm just like, man, listen. It's going to keep happening until niggas get tired. Till niggas get tired and be like, let's just burn this shit down.
Ross said it. You gotta destroy before we elevate.
Just burn all this shit.
That's probably like what a Ross bar. He's said a couple more, but that's probably a Ross bar that went like super under the radar. And niggas probably like, damn, why he support Trump?
Listening to that track.
Yo, we right. That's the point. That's what I'm saying. We just listen to it. It's not off of Port of Miami 2. It's off of the album before. The album that had Trap on it. I don't know the name of it. The Chris Rock skits. I just don't know.
Bro, that's what that might be. I don't know. You sure, bro?
You got Spotify on your phone?
Yeah.
But nah, so before I forget, so
you can tell.
before I forget, so we're gonna turn the corner a little bit before we start. We're gonna have that episode.
We got 12 minutes.
But yeah,
just do a part 2.
Where did you come up with the name Much More? Like,
Yeah, no. Backtrack. His name was Nice before.
I was wondering, yeah, he called me. He was like, yeah, Nice here. I was like,
yeah, that's why I keep forgetting.
He was like, yeah, Nice here outside. I'm like, who?
My name.
Like, oh,
Alright, so Nice came from I told you the clique that told me if I can't rap, don't come back.
Yeah.
When I can't rap, they were like, oh, you Nice. So like, what's your name? So I was like, you Nice. We're gonna keep that simple. I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna keep that simple. So it was like, it got to the point where everybody my father calls me Nice. You feel me? My teachers called me Nice. My friends' parents, they call me Nice. You feel me? So it's hard. I'm just like, I want to be I am a real artist. I want to be a real known artist. So it's like, Nice is not gonna cut it. So I thought of I thought of Much More, just the normal Much More, More, regular, because it was just like, it's my look. Right, my look is gonna throw you off rip. That's why I started getting into the whole robbery shit. Mm-hmm. That's why I started stealing niggas' bars, because it was like, once I go in, you could be like, oh shit, this nigga could really. I never would look at him and think that he could rap, and I used to put it on like that. Had a book bag on, I used to have my glasses on, walk up, and it's like, you rap. When I came to North Brunswick, I was surprised because they trying to violate me. I was like, yo, who rap over here? They was like, you rap? And I was like, yeah. And it was like, yo, go get O-Guns, shout my boy O-Guns. And go get O-Guns to come eat this nigga. Just like that, to come eat this nigga. I said, oh, y'all I like this. Oh, y'all disrespectful.
When you talking about this Isabella side?
No. The first day in North Brunswick.
Oh, okay.
Like the first or second day there. Like, I was like, who rap here? And he came, I was like, don't worry, I'll go first. And I just started going in. And they was like, oh, nah, this nigga rap. He could rap. But Much More came, I just needed a name. I needed a name, and I wanted the name to mean something, so it's like, you know, I'm going to give you more than you expected. I'm going to give you much more. You feel me? And then it was just like, I made it MOOR when I knew about the Moors, like the people, the Moors. I knew about them, but it was just like,
Google that.
But I wanted to at the time I'm not religious. Like, I try not to believe too much in religion, but I believe in certain groups, nothing entire, nothing 100%. You feel me? I don't believe in no type of group 100%. But like the 5%ers, you know, they do a lot when it comes to numbers and when it comes to knowledge and real facts. So I got into that. That's why me and my brothers, we call each other gods a lot. Like, what's good, God? Like, you know, shit like that. I find it to be important because it's like, we all really could be that. You feel me? On earth, you could be your own God on earth. So it's like, when I got into Moors, it was like, the Moors, for people who don't know, they brought change to a lot of different cultures. You feel me? You feel me? When they came to Europe, they taught people how to bathe. You feel me? They taught about cologne. You feel me? Like shit like that. You know, and whole they came. They brought astrology. You know, math.
Is that like the
medical and shit like that?
All that shit. The Moor's responsible for
is that
a lot of shit. And war.
Is that the red flag with the green? Or is it
doing it again? I don't even know why.
Because I think if it's
and I'm not even gonna lie. A part of me, I be driving sometimes like, yo, look at. Because if that's my name, I gotta know all of that shit.
This is what I think you're talking about.
It's a lot to learn though. Like,
people mistake that flag for the Moroccan flag.
But you gotta understand when you do your research.
Morocco is part of
They're Moors. Morocco,
but a lot of people don't
had a lot of Middle Eastern Moors.
Yeah, but I don't know if the Moors had a specific flag.
No, they had. What I'm saying is like Moors came.
Yeah. Okay.
And they weren't like standoffish. Like, no, you can't be one of us. They were like, oh, come learn. Yeah. And if when we leave, you could travel with us. You feel me? So there you would see a Moor.
If you ever see the president speak, that red flag is a Moorish flag.
I think it is. Even though like you saying you don't know everything, but like you can go enough. You can go talk to 50 people, and I bet you barely 10 of them can tell you if they even heard of the Moors.
Yeah, facts.
So it's like,
or if they have, it's like MORE.
Yeah, they're like, nah. That's like, nah.
They're
That's
like, nah, you don't.
Moors.
It's
but that's
more, yeah.
that's because a lot of us
probably
don't know
seen it,
our
but they
history.
probably
Like,
seen
our real
it,
history.
though. But they probably seen
it, not knowing.
That's what I'm saying.
Not
Yeah,
knowing. Yeah, facts.
That's the thing. When it comes to history, most of history is like, it's crazy because I can't really say this and have it be a fact. But most of history is fake or it's lied, is altered because it's whoever wins tells the story.
Who controls the
Yeah, it's like
the media.
It's like if I don't want to say they wiped out all the Native Americans because most of us are really Native Americans. You feel me? A lot of enslaved slaves were already here. They just found them. Oh, let's take them too. You feel me? But that's a whole nother story. But it's just like
He give you much more of those.
yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You practice that one too?
I was thinking.
But it's just like if you let the history books tell you, there's probably no more Native Americans. You feel me? Little shit like that. Or when we came here, they were savages. Don't get it wrong. Niggas were savages back in the day. Like black people, white people, we were all savages in some sort of way because you would travel and it was either peace through peace or peace through war. It's like I come to your village, we could trade, or some niggas come to a village and be like, nah, we want all this shit. Let's go to, you feel me? We gonna burn it down. So yeah, you feel me? It was human nature, but it was just like whoever wins. Imagine how many tribes we'll never know about.
Because they won't tell it.
They won't tell it, and there's no artifacts to support it. You feel me? Because in Egypt, you got the shit on the wall. You can say whatever you want. You know them people was black. You know they had color. You know they had black features. Like you shooting the noses off and shit because you know they had wide noses or whatever. But it's just like nowadays, like we said before, people don't even want to know. Like they don't want to know.
They don't try.
You feel me? They don't want to know. A part of me be feeling like, damn, I wish I was ignorant about certain shit. Because it'll stress you the fuck out. Like,
that's why I always say you went to the point where you don't argue with people no more. That's where it's crazy. Because like when I started learning more, that's when I got to the point where like when I first started learning, I was kind of like, yo, I'm arguing with people. I'm trying to teach. I'm like, yo, nah, you know this. I'm trying to. And then when I started realizing like, bro, you just don't want to know. You don't care to know. Yeah. And that's why I started learning like.
What did he say? Remember?
I can get through like two statements, bro. Once I realized like I realized quick, you don't really know what you're talking about. You don't really know what's going on. Exactly. So I'm not even arguing with you. I just cut the agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Disagree.
Yeah.
And people still hate that.
They hate that so much because some people like arguing. They like that chaos, that whole.
Well, it's like,
I like to debate because I like to learn, or I like to teach.
Exactly. I'm just trying to listen to your point of view too. People want to argue to say I'm right, you wrong. Yeah. Understand? Like, nah, I'm not arguing with you.
That's why I let you be wrong, like you said. I'm like, all right, go ahead, cool.
The last argument I had, I wouldn't say argument, where I
disagreement.
Yeah, my boy, he was speaking of music. He was saying, Lil Baby is having the equivalent of Wayne No Ceilings here.
Wayne No Ceilings. Before you finish. Now, I'm not about to say what I'm gonna say. Wayne No Ceilings year was his decline. I hate people say that.
No.
When Wayne dropped No Ceilings, I literally said he's on the decline, and people thought it was crazy.
When did No Ceilings come out that year?
But now, wait.
When did No Ceilings come out that year? It came out in the fall. There's a whole lot of summertime that Wayne gave us that he knew he was getting locked up.
I think it's too early to say it. I think he is on pace.
Pace to what?
To that kind of year, bro. Lil Baby ain't.
I like Lil Baby.
He hasn't missed.
And this
he changed.
And he on a lot of.
He changed my mind.
But you know what? But you know.
I'm a Wayne fan, but ain't gonna be nothing you can tell.
That's what. And I was just playing, and I was just going, and I asked him. I was like, "Are you going based off the quality or the quantity?" Because if you're doing that,
bar-wise, nobody's fucking with
I mean,
bar-wise, Baby's not fucking
quality as far as this era.
That's what I'm saying. This era.
Overall quality is.
Oh, he's saying he's the
in his
Wayne
prime.
of this era.
In his prime with Lil Wayne.
I don't know. That's what I'm
saying. You said quality compared to Wayne's prime.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was like. What are you talking the quality of what he's putting out? Or are you talking about the quantity, like numbers wise, of what he's putting out? Because I'm saying they don't match up regardless. Because I said Lil Baby is not even the hottest selling artist in this generation. I said you could argue The Baby is a bigger artist than him.
You can argue Lil Wayne was the first rock star in hip hop.
Nah.
Rock star?
Rock star? I would say the first Because a lot, I would say, I don't know.
Not like as far as the genre, but like
the
Pop
image,
star,
like the image.
Yeah, like the image.
Oh,
like
yeah,
rockstar
I
image.
get it,
So
I
it's
get
not
it.
like genre,
Yeah,
like rockstar
but
image.
that's what I'm saying,
Image-wise,
that's what I'm saying.
Super he's the only one,
style.
really, when you think about it. He's pretty much the.
He be that big.
He influenced his whole generation right now. Everybody,
Yeah.
that mumble rap shit was really Wayne. Let's be real. Because Wayne his
would
freestyles
deal
was just a
certain
whole
tracks.
bunch of random topics. There was no topic. Then it was the tight pants and shit like that, but it worked for him.
He started that.
Then it was
Bro, I
then-
don't know if he started. I'll never
There you
forget.
the way he did it. I'm saying the way
I say
he did it.
Wiz.
I'm talking about the way.
I get what you said. I get what you said.
But also,
Wiz had his body. That's what I said. Wiz
And I
had
said,
his.
Also-
because you influence 10,000 people versus influence 10 million.
Yeah, but
That's
if you
what
only
you're
influencing a percentage of that 10 million, but you influence 100%.
It's not who did it first.
It's
but who
still
did it
like he can influence 10% of 10 million.
Wiz might have did it better because he was wearing the fucking
no.
that truck fit shit was not where it's at, bro. I'm
But
sorry.
I'm talking about the style. The style of truck fit is kind of what you see nowadays with the big ass belts.
But
look,
so
I just
all
wanna say
that
that tight
colored
pants.
jeans.
And even the mumble rapping, because he had songs where he was literally like, nigga, Wayne started all that shit. Wayne got Thugger to be like the way that he is, like the way Young Thug is.
What was it?
Wayne
Was it
had
duffel
the-
bag?
ain't gonna lie, Wayne had the reason I
Was it
hate
duffel
Young
bag?
Thug. He had the reason I hate Young Thug. Because Young Thug tried to make the Carter 6. That shit pissed me off. I'm like, come on, bro. That's not even showing respect. Like, you just doing too much.
Straight violence.
Super violent.